Hello, beautiful people and fellow whiners, and welcome to the first episode of the new year of A Little Something to Whine About, where we whine while we whine, W-I-N-E, about all things life, from relationships to health and beauty, family and parenting to personal growth, and everything in between. So whether this is your first time or you are a regular whiner, please grab a glass of your favorite red, white, or rosé, sparkling, or just something casual, and join us on the couch.
Hey everybody, happy new year and all that jazz. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your 2022.
Hey.
And yes, this has been a very interesting one. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will be just really let you guys get to know us just a little bit more. Like, we're gonna talk a little bit. Let's sit down and just unwind together. But before we do that, of course, we have to let you guys know which red, white, or rosé we are choosing this time. So to start off this year, we've changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. If you're a regular whiner, you know we don't normally whine on the same thing. That's the same. But this time, starting this brand new year, kicking off to a fresh start, what we've decided to do is just tweak that a little bit, where we're going to choose one brand a month between the two of us, and we're going to pick wines within that brand. So when we do our final wine out at the end of the month, you guys can go, ooh, this is going to be the full wine tasting of this brand. We do know that not all brands have just like 4 or 5 wines, which is why we are choosing to do it this way. So we can go through brand at a time. So if you're a winery or someone who has developed their own wine, let us know. We will gladly do a taste test of your brand. Just DM us at a little something, the number 2, Wine About on Instagram, and we will be glad to get right back to you. So, Siobhan, for the new year, tell us, what is your first wine of 2022 that you will be unwinding with?
So, yes, as Michelle said, we are brand. So our brand of the month for January is Stella Rosa. Yes. We are no strangers to Stella Rosa. We did have a Stella Rosa last year, but we're going to come in here and we're going to still try to pick and choose. For those who don't know, we do not talk about the wines we're getting.
We don't.
Before we buy it. You show up, we show up right before we hit record and go, oh, okay. And they're usually...
Okay, I got that. You got that. Okay, am I saying this right? That's normally me.
So that's how we do this thing. So with us choosing in the same brand, we actually may, we actually may at some point choose the same wine by happenstance. But if we do, it is not planned, y'all.
It's not planned at all. Just to let you know. So since you guys know the brand, grab your favorite Stella Rosa and let us know too in the comments on YouTube. Yep.
So now that y'all know January is Stella Rosa month, make sure you're prepared for the next episodes. Okay?
Yeah.
So my Stella Rosa is from the Stella Rosa Imperiale collection. And it is a Moscato sweet. Y'all, it's a sweet Moscato. And it is sparkling sparkles. I see bubbles rising in the glass. Bubbles. Burbujas are rising in this thing. But it's all good because you know what? It's January. Champagne Day was not too long ago. So we're just going to keep it sparkly. We're going to keep it light and bubbly.
Keep it bubbly.
And as we start the new year. So what are you whining on?
I am doing the Stella Rosa Asti. Like osteoporosis. That's how word association. Asti. Yes, Asti. And it definitely has its bubbles as well. So we will be bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Excuse us already. Pardon us if we belch a couple times. It's not our fault. It's not on purpose. It's a lot of bubbles going on. Okay, bubbles, 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 as we said. So, wow, as you guys know, we will continue to feed you information. You know, we will educate while we unwind. So for the first wine fact for 2022, I just wanted you to know if you all knew that only blue and purple skinned grapes are capable of producing red wines.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought that one was interesting. So if you are a red wine drinker, you may be more fond of the blue or purple grape. Okay. So yes. Dun, dun, dun. So Siobhan, do we have any wine holidays coming up in January?
No. So
okay, well,
January
bring up
is the only month. January is the only month with no international wine holidays. There's a somewhat national, if you're in the US, wine holiday that was started by a website that's a Champagne and Fries Day, and I think it's the 10th of January. But officially, no, there are no wine holidays in January. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, another wine fun fact. Ultimately, for those fellow winers, I told you you're going to learn something today. Okay? Okay, so for this episode, we have decided to do a get to know us a little bit more. You know, New Year's resolutions, I call them evolutions because anything that I do is going to be evolutionary. That's always been my saying. I know I'm regular. That's just how I motivate myself for the next year. Okay? Don't at me. It's who I am. Sometimes I'm extra.
I mean, you gotta speak life into yourself. So
look, first, before you can pour, you gotta get yourself. You gotta feel. You gotta be filled before you can pour. Okay.
Amen.
Okay. Amen. So we're gonna just be asking each other questions about like what we have planned, what do we envision for ourselves in 2022. So Siobhan, do you want to go first? Oh wait, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know
who went first.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to jump into this first.
You know, I come with the deep questions. So
I know. I thought about that. It was like pause. Hold up. Remember
who you're asking. Right.
Remember the first episode and how this happened. Are you ready for that? And my psyche was like, you know. So I'll go first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll go first. Okay. I'm gonna keep it light and simple. What would you be most happy about completing by the end of this year?
Oh. I have so many goals, guys. If y'all listened to the last episode of 2021, goals. Okay, goals. So I'm trying to think of just one, but I think there are my top 3 goals that if I can
give it to us.
If I can finish even just one of these 3, I will feel better. Number 1, if I can read 6 books this year. I had a whole goal last year to read like 9. I read 1.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I read one like together. I read half of one and half of another. And yep.
So I read 1. And the one that I read, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even really read the last half of it. It was an Audible on my way to and from New York in the car. Okay. I don't really count that as reading. Sorry, I know there are people who are like, what? I don't count that as reading, guys. It's like an asterisk. Like you read asterisk on the side, not really. I need to flip pages. But I did do that. I read it was Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen for those who are fellow readers. Yeah, if I hadn't listened to it in Audible, I wouldn't have finished it. And actually hearing her speak it was a little more engaging than reading. But that's number one. Number two would be if I could get to an intermediate advanced level of French.
Ooh.
So for those who don't know, I have an affinity for Romance languages. I am bilingual in English and Spanish. I am largely. I learned Italian in college. I was really good. When do you ever use Italian in the United States? Right. So I lost that. I can read it still. I can read Brazilian Portuguese. I was teaching myself Brazilian Portuguese, did a little well. Same with the French. All of them got dropped last year. Just too much going on between real life, the podcast, just stuff. So if I can do French, I guess my focus is French. I don't know why I'm choosing French. I do kind of. I have a coworker that speaks French, but
I'm going to take that. I'm going to own that because of me.
It's actually because I have a coworker that speaks French, guys. But if Michelle wants to take that, she can take that. I'm not going to take that.
I'm going to take it. Because this is me.
I'm gonna let her do that. And the third is to get my TEFL certificate, which is teaching English as a foreign language. So if I can get either my TEFL, get to an intermediate advanced level of French, or read 6 books, I will feel accomplished in 2022.
Great. I'm not reading. I can't say that.
I'm trying to decide if I want to just hit you with the hard shot quick or if
okay, you know what?
Or if I'm trying to ease into this.
I don't know. Come on. Whatever you got. I'm
gonna be nice on this.
Oh, she gonna be nice.
What is something about you that might surprise people?
Wow, something about me that might surprise people is I doubt myself a lot. There are a lot of things that I am extremely confident about, and I have no problems. I'm one of those type of people who are, when I know something, I know it. Mm-hmm. And it's very hard. Where I can understand a different point of view, you won't change mine.
Right.
That's that. But I often feel like, there's a whole lot that I don't know. And because it's a lot that I don't know, sometimes my own brain will talk myself down. So it on the inside, you might not see it, but on the inside, it's a little shaky sometimes. And sometimes it's more often than not that it's shaky, but I ain't gonna let you know that. So I would say that's one part of it. It's kind of like twofold. The other part is I have a very, very hard shell, but I am mush on the inside. Like I am complete mush on the inside. I am. I'm a softie. I'm a punk. I will tell anybody this. I'm a punk. Okay. So yeah, I gave you 2. Ta-da. Almost met. Girl, you almost had 10. What kind of started New York me break being
a deep one though. Like I didn't even give you what I could have given. Is what I'm saying. Like I didn't even.
I'm a punk. I'm a punk in real life. I'm an emotional punk.
Okay,
put it that way. Yeah. I know punk like I fight you, but I'm not gonna fight you. But
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't even come at you like
Right. Nah, I'm just letting y'all know, like, I'm a thug, but I'm a punk.
A thug punk.
Yep.
Okay.
Word. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with the merriment here. Okay. Okay, I think this is another easy one. You see, guys, I am a loving, easygoing person. So my questions will reflect such.
Okay.
So, Siobhan, what advice would you give yourself as the beginning of this year is starting to take place? Easy.
It's not. Because I feel like I ended last year with a bang, man. And I'm trying to figure some things out.
Okay. Yeah. There go the first one. I knew it was coming.
Honestly, I think the advice I would give myself this year is the advice that I try to give myself every year. And that is to be better, but be patient. Because I am very hard on myself, and I am the type of person to be like, I'm not seeing growth right now. What's happening? And that's not healthy. Like that's not healthy.
Right.
And it's not really realistic either.
Right.
Growth that's going to stick takes time. Any habits, new habit, takes time to build. Any old habit that you have took time to build, whether good or bad, whether pro or con, whatever that is, it took time. If you're trying to break a habit, it's going to take you at least half the time it took you to build it to break it.
And that's minimum. And if I ain't learning nothing else through this whole fitness thing, I'm learning that part because.
So I feel like, I have to be patient. I'm not, it'd be more acceptable with failure or whatever. I won't even call it failure, not succeeding in my goal. And I think I need to be easier on myself. I'm the type of person, like, if I don't have 50 things going on at one time, I feel like a slacker. And
got it.
That's no bueno.
Got it. So, translation, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to do nothing. It's okay to have nothing to do and give yourself time. I'm going to try. I feel like I'm going to work up my good interview skills through the course of this episode. You guys let us know in the comment section below. How did I do? Or how did Siobhan do interviewing one another? We can be no, we can't be newscasters because that's not going to work. We got too many opinions.
I'm too opinionated.
Well, that don't make sense. That was dumb. Like, in the middle of it, supposed to be reading the teleprompter. I can see that just going completely south. But in this setting here, setting, we can do it. So let us know how we're doing. Yeah, y'all.
Yeah, I can't be anybody's newscaster. I'll be in the middle of reading and be like, oh, they thought that was smart. That made sense to them. Person who this story is about, call me because I want to understand what was happening.
You can see me doing that for a while and then like literally probably like 3 months in be going, you know what? I give up. I'm done. Y'all stupid. And just walking off and they'll be like, where's she going? Because this don't make no sense. Like, wait, who taught you this? Like, it would be a whole. My mama attitude would come out. So they would have to take me off the air. Yeah.
I couldn't interview anybody anyway because I hear a lot of people in interviews and I'm like, I would be corrected. I would constantly have my shirt on that says, I'm silently correcting your grammar. Because like the first month, guys, I would be like, that's not how you say that. I mean, because I seen it. You saw it? Yeah, I seen it. No. I saw it. Okay.
This face? Because first of all, y'all, anybody who has been with us since last year knows I am not one for languages. I mean, for language, grammar, it's not my complete strong suit. However, I know when I hear something that's not right, and my face don't know how to not show stuff. So this be my face, and the producers will be like,
yeah, I would be correcting people. I would be correcting people. I mean, I'm not the type of person, oh, you put a preposition on the end. I'm not that bad, but I need your subject verb agreements. They need to agree. I need that agreement. They need to agree. And I need you to know the past, the preterite versus the past participle, and know the difference and when to use them. And if you don't, and I feel like the producer after a month would tell me, like, you're about to get fired if you keep interrupting people. And then I would just wear a different color shirt every day that says, I'm silently correcting your grammar. I mean, in purple, green, blue, pink, orange, tangerine, I would
midnight blue, teal,
every shade of every color. I would have that shirt. Oh.
Well, hey, look, guys, this is who we are. We're trying to get you guys to understand. We are those people who are all over the place and learning as we go along. But okay, that was a great answer, Cheryl.
So here's my question, and I'm gonna go to this. I have a couple, but since you brought up advice, I was like, "Ooh, what advice would you give 25-year-old you?" Oh boy, there's a lot happening up in there.
Ooh. 25-year-old me. I had my smile cry at 20. So it was about 4 or 5. I would tell my 25-year-old self I would tell my 25-year-old self, advice to my 25-year-old self is to focus on one thing.
You could probably give yourself that advice now, but that's another.
But at 25, I'm gonna be honest, at 25, I was working at a restaurant as a hostess. I was also working at a club. And I was also working at a salon. So where my hustle was like, oh yeah, I'm about to get, I'm getting my money, I'm getting my bag. If I would have took, and I was modeling. If I would have took all of that, I feel like if I would have took all of that energy and literally focused on one thing, rather it been a true career in the modeling, which I didn't really want. That was just something that was fun for me. It was an outlet. Or I knew restaurant wasn't going to be it. In actuality, I probably would tell myself to go back to school. Because it was still fresh. Like I said, my son was 4. I stopped going to school when I got pregnant. So I would give the advice that I would give myself is to focus on one thing, go back to school, and use your creative that you have as your key.
Right.
Like your key to unlock your next steps. That's that. And the next thing I would tell myself, slow down. Honestly, slow down, because while I held those 3 jobs, those were probably my most steady jobs at 25. I still did so much other stuff, and it was literally because I didn't want anyone to say I wasn't taking care of my kid. At that point in time, I had already come to the conclusion that my son's father was not going to be who he needed to be or who he was supposed to be for our son. So, as we do, we kick it up a notch. But I would definitely, and the next thing I would say, listen to your wise counsel. because where now I'm more susceptible to listen to them. Back then it was, I heard them, I took the information and I stuck it in the back of my head. I didn't apply it right then and there. So that would be it. Yeah. And yeah, just to pick one thing, stay focused. Use your creativeness as your key to whatever you're doing and go back to school. So don't stop your corner, but focus. Like, figure something else out. So that's what I would give my 25-year-old self, girl, because 25, I was slim thick with that, you know? And you couldn't tell me nothing. A relationship was? Yeah, okay. I wanted one. 25 is also when I started hearing a lot of things about myself, like, you will make a great wife. You just can't be my girlfriend. 25, that was the first time I heard that, actually. 25 was big for me. It was big for me. 25, I was like, crap, I'm in my mid-20s. You know, I look flat. I look good. Like, all that. It was the whole 20s thing. Like, it was the whole 20s thing.
Yeah.
You know, young, dumb, I won't broke. But young and dumb. So yeah, that's the advice ultimately that I would give myself. Because for real, with just a little bit of focus, I feel like I would have been a lot further by the time I got to 30. With just a little bit. So look, everybody, trust me. And people who are in your 20s, please understand and know this now. It is not the end of the world. You are still learning. If you are a parent in your 20s, it's okay. You're not going to get everything right. Yes, you may create some sort of what the world calls now trauma, but just continue to work and be the best you can be right now with what you know. Just don't be afraid to ask for help and seek counsel, like, and wise counsel. Don't ask your other 20-year-old friends and both of y'all going to the same club and got man problems the same way. Like, let's be a little smart. But you're 25, you know, you're having fun. You're in your 20s. Woo! But no, you know, just a little bit of focus will go a long way. You know, but it's okay. It's okay. Look, when I say we all been there, our parents have been there. So it's nothing new under the sun, boo-boo. Been there, done that. So yeah, that's that. Ooh, girl, 25. Ooh, girl, you try to bring back memory, girl. My brain started having flashbacks. I was like, I don't think I need y'all knowing that.
I think you look back on all the decisions that you made at that time.
Yeah, and you go, what was I thinking?
When somebody brings up your past and gives you an age 25, 26, back when you were 15, you go, oh, Lord, I made it through, though. God.
Facts. Facts. Okay, well, why Shimon got us over here clutching our pearls, thinking about our past. Let's get on to this next question. Okay, this one. Okay, you might have to think about, meditate on for a couple seconds.
Oh boy, she's trying to hit us. She's trying to hit us, guys, with the depth. She's trying to get deep. Damn.
I think it's medium deep. It's like, it's not like your deep dish pizza, but it's like the supreme. Like, it got a little weight to it. It's just not the deep dish, okay? But, okay, so here's the question. What are 6 adjectives that best describe last year for you? And hold on. And what would you like your 6 adjectives to be by the end of this year?
that's not where I thought you were going. That's why I said,
boom, boom, shock you.
Last year was eye-opening. Developmental. Eye-opening, development. I'm trying to think of like people and situations and stuff.
Okay, well then just do 3. We're going smaller, lower the number. Do 3 then.
I mean, I can give you 6. It's gonna take me a second, but I'll say eye-opening, developmental. Let me give context to these words. Eye-opening because there were a lot of things that I didn't think I could get, or a lot of things I didn't think I deserved that I got by the end. A lot of things about myself that were put to the test. Last year, I realized, it made me realize a lot of things about myself and the people around me. Good, mostly good, honestly, but just that. Then on top of that, I will say developmental because the podcast happened, guys. As y'all know, we started in May. So developing this developed myself and my skills professionally. I think I hit a year in March at my job. So I've basically been there almost 2 years now. And that I took a lot on last year to try to develop those skills. By the end of it, literally in December, I had a moment of going backwards in habit. And that moment made me realize I don't want this. And it was a moment that I had after church. It was funny because the sermon was that morning. I went through it that afternoon. Like,
I'll be doing stuff like that sometimes.
The service was about Simon Peter and fishing. And the word was basically about how they went fishing, or they had some task and they were disappointed in themselves. So they went back to fishing because that's what they knew, and they still didn't catch anything. And then Jesus was on the shore and was like, well, put your net on the right side. Don't give up, but change what you're doing if that's what you're going to do.
The pivot. Okay.
The pivot. And that night during the word, the pastor was talking about, how you'll get around people, you'll outgrow people, you'll outgrow things, situations, and then you'll get around somebody that you haven't been around in like 10 years because you're disappointed in whatever that didn't go right. And you're like, I'm going to let this man back in my life. I'm going to let this woman back in my life. I'm going to hang out with my boys that I haven't seen in 2 years. I'm going to go hang out with these girls I haven't hung out with in 5 years. And within 15 minutes be like, now I remember why I cut that. But it's an easy habit. So you went back and then realized you'd outgrown it. Familiarity, yes.
Yeah. So look, y'all know my tongue don't be working right. She said.
And so that's why I say developmental would be the second. And the third would be, last year was very it was kind of intense,
emotionally intense. Okay.
I allowed myself to open up to somebody for the first time, like in a long time, if ever, in certain aspects. And so that was intense for me because I'm very much I'm a thinker, guys. I'm a thinker. That side of the brain. I'm creative. Yes. But the whole emotional thing, like I really don't want to do that. And I found myself in positions where I walked into that intentionally. It was much needed. I got some closure on some things that I needed closure on. It was a good year. It was good overall. I mean, it was good. It was it was a much needed year. It was a transition.
Okay.
2020 to me was transitional as well.
Okay.
Those are the 6. What I want 2022 to be, listen. Okay, I can give you 3. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have 6 for this year anyway. That's ambitious. That's a little too ambitious for me. That's a little too ambitious.
You gave us 3 of last year, so let's do 3 this year.
My goals are ambitious, so they're gonna. I really can't. I can't give you all these adjectives. I can just give you goals. My 3 adjectives. If I can look back, come 2023, and look back on 2022, I would like to say, you know what? It was prosperous. Ideally financially, okay. It was fun, and I hate the word fun. I was trying to find a different adjective for fun.
And sometimes it's just as simple as that, and I think that's why you don't like it.
Yeah, y'all know I'm deep, guys. I don't want the simple. I know there's a better word than fun. Yeah. Enjoyable. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say fun. Yeah. It's enjoyable. I want to enjoy it, you know, because you can have fun. I mean, I guess theoretically you should have fun and enjoy it, but you can look back on stuff and go, yeah, that was fun, but it was a pain, guys. I didn't enjoy none.
Now that's true. That is actually true. I'm with you. Okay.
I had fun, but I didn't enjoy it.
I had fun, but it was not a quite enjoyable experience, but I had fun. Yeah, it's one of the, okay. I'm with you. I'm with you now. Go ahead.
So I'd like it to be enjoyable, prosperous, and blessed. Okay, can I get blessed?
All right,
guys. Can I be
blessings?
I would like a blessed year. I would like to be blessed and highly favored because I feel like God sees my name come up on the prayer line and is like, yeah, I get there, guys. I'll get to her. No. No. Michael, I'm gonna handle her. I'm gonna pick up, but don't pick up right now. Roll her to my voicemail, Gabrielle, if you will. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Remio, don't. I'm
not going there with you.
I just feel like Raphael. No, don't hang up. But like, get the good hold music ready because she gonna be holding. So if he could just pick up, I know everybody say Jesus on the main line. If he could put me on the main line, if I'd like to be on the main line, okay. Hello, I would like to be on the main line. It's 2022.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Thank you for that.
That's what I got. So okay. My question is, and yeah, I mean, don't think through too much into the answer to this. But
now you can't tell me the process stuff. Don't think too much into the answer.
But here's the thing, though. So Michelle told y'all, you know, she likes to keep it light and simple because she's that person. I like to be deep, guys. I like to have deep conversations. I am all about the intellect. I'm an intellectual. I am a sapiosexual, and so I like the thoughts. Stimulate my mind. Mind.
Lord. Leave my mind alone, okay? I got to.
That's why I said don't think too much on the answer. Just answer the question.
Okay.
Just answer the question.
My anxiety. I'm triggered.
You ready?
Triggered. No. Wait. We're here now. This is happening.
What has been the biggest lesson you've learned being married?
Oh. The biggest, okay, so we just had our 7-year anniversary on my birthday. 7, God's number of completion. Great. The biggest lesson that I have learned, and honestly, I'm still learning it. Forgiveness. And I say that because I'm not talking about like the big infractions that can happen in a marriage that can definitely, you know, I'm trying to find the word that can definitely penetrate the relationship to the point where damage. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. That can damage the relationship. I'm not talking about the big infractions, like if someone was infidelity or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. When I say forgiveness, it's forgiveness of the little bitty things, the little itty bitty nuances that one partner can see as nothing, so it flies right past them with no concern, while that other person is literally stewing in that infraction because to them it was a big thing, not large on the major scale of things, but it was a big thing, and that's on both sides. I have done it. My husband has done it. So learning to forgive those little things through the course of, it can be literally day to day. It can be the same day.
Well,
we're to the point where you be like, man, I literally am feeling like this man is attacking me, or this woman is like really like testing me right now. So learning to forgive, and I'm not going to say forget, but forgive, verbalize it, and let it go. Because sometimes you can forgive, you can verbalize it, but you still hold on to it because, like we say, the little things, they add up. They really, really do. But that's where that vulnerability and that honest communication comes in, where it might hurt, or it might be not even hurt. It might just be completely and utterly uncomfortable. Like, it don't hurt. I just not comfortable having this conversation. So, and I'm not comfortable because you might say something that I just don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And so forgiving to work through it for the betterment of both of you, not just yourself, both of you. That is probably the biggest lesson, next to creating space for the other person to be their genuine self. Those are probably the two biggest things I've learned in marriage, to create space for that person to be their authentic self, whether it's the jacked up, worldly, nasty, ugly, downright raunchy person they can be, and for them to know that that's a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
So those are probably, girl, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Okay.
I mean,
you had I had a little anxiety attack at the beginning of that, but okay, I'm okay with that one. That one wasn't bad. See, it's not as bad as you think, Michelle. See, I told you I'd be in my head.
I said don't overthink it. Like, I prefaced that.
You did, but in actuality, because our anniversary just passed, one thing that my husband and I do. That's so mature, but it's funny. One thing that we do is we try, especially during that alone time on our anniversary, to do like a look back on not the whole thing, but even if it's just this past year. And there have been years, the look back have caused an argument on our anniversary. So, but you learn to push through those things, especially because you're like, well, you still here. You're not going nowhere. Like, ultimately, like, so just that growth, and it takes a lot. My husband is my longest relationship I've ever been in. I've never been with anybody for 7 years. And to be with the same person for 7 years while you're growing, they're growing, the world is changing.
Mm. Yeah, right.
And functioning, rather it be trying to function in a healthy manner. But even if you function in a dysfunctional manner, it's still trying to function. Period. It can be a lot. So, yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly. But I will say, if anything was to happen where this didn't work, meaning he died, I'm not getting married again because I know me personally, I don't have the same amount of energy to put into someone else.
That's fair.
And yeah, and to me, honestly, that's because I'm all in.
I get that.
So now that you got me all deep in, theoretical and stuff, got me marriage counselor. Okay. Well, you kind of answered this. You talked about your emotional growth. Okay, let's do this then. What are the first thoughts that come to mind about the past year? Most positive, negative, and neutral.
Oh, We talk about moments, or like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like moments, like specific moments, like the most positive moment, the most negative moment, and your most like neutral moment. And and if it's just even a thought, it can be a thought if it's not something that you can pinpoint like exactly. But it's something that kind of stuck with you.
I don't think I have a negative moment, like really, like a big one from last year. I think I stayed so focused on career growth and building that I don't have a negative moment. And even personally, like there's one that kind of comes to mind, but given that the boo friend became my boyfriend, but at the end of the year, it doesn't matter. I guess announcement for fellow whiners, if you've been with us this whole time, the boo friend is now the boyfriend as of the middle of December.
It's my happy day.
So we are officially together.
And he's still going to be but I got to find a new name then. I'm working on it.
But the worst would have been something that happened with him, but it's irrelevant now because we're together. So I don't like. And I guess that's a retrospective perspective, but that is what it is. My most positive would be my birthday because I took my trip.
She took it back for herself.
I reclaimed my time, reclaiming my time. And it was 10 days in the mountains with just me and space and wilderness and animals and random people that I met. But I had a great...
And chipmunks.
And some chipmunks and a black bear and a pheasant and some deer. And we just thank God that we didn't run across a rattlesnake, okay? So it was great. Like that would be the most positive. And any of the neutral is neutral, so it's not even what we're talking about. Okay. I'll
give you that. Okay. Y'all saw my happiness. Y'all don't understand how frustrating it is to watch your sister, and I've always called my shrew like a brother. And they go do this thing, and I'm sitting here like this. Okay, like, are we done? What are we doing? Y'all know when y'all had that friend and like that person, boo friend been around like forever, and like literally everybody in the family is like, well, what are they doing? Like, what Like to the point where like my mom, about a month or so ago, was like, well, what are they doing? I was like, well, I don't know. You're asking me complicated questions. I can't even tell you what's going on in my life right now. Like it was a lot. Like, don't ask me these questions. I feel pressure. I feel a lot of pressure, and it's not even my relationship. Like, so I'm allowed to have these things, and I know I'm such a mom. I'm probably not doing this right.
Oh boy. Okay, so my last question.
I got the one. I got that one.
Is and I guess this is fellow whiners, let's all have this. So my question is, what made you want to start this podcast?
Oh, girl, that's easy.
I was trying to keep it light and keep it fun, because I can ask some questions.
Yeah, the last one kind of got me a little thumped up, but so the reason for this podcast, one, I have a lot of opinions. I do. I have a lot of opinions. Like I said, from just going back to the first question, I have a lot of thoughts that I even tussle with. I know. I feel I'm normal. I think I'm normal. I think I'm regular. I think there are more people out here that think like me. Like we're not 100% on this side, but we're not 100% on that side. We're not teetering the fence, but we can see where both sides make sense. And there's a way to compromise and move forward successfully. There are a lot of other things that's going on in this world that I'm gonna be honest with you, no one is speaking the truth about. Well, like no big public like figures, because everybody's worried about stepping on people's toes and, oh, this person isn't gonna like me, or I want to be accepted, or what's the fad? I don't care. I don't care. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. And I'm pretty sure some of you get to the point where you go, why are we here? Why is this a major concern instead of this? Why is this the conversation and not this? Why can't we both just say, bump this? What's the right thing to do? Not what makes me feel good, what makes you feel good, your perception, this truth, that truth. What is the truth? What is the right thing to do? And let's move forward in doing what's right. And I believe it's a lot more of us out here who are more interested in doing the right thing than the most popular thing. So I figured with me having that thought process, I cannot be the only one. We need a voice. I'm not saying I got to be the voice, but if the voice or the person sees this and it empowers them to be the voice or the face, cool. Then I feel like I did my job. I feel like I understood the assignment. And that's why. And two, I like wine. I like wine. I like learning about wine. Wine makes me feel snotty, snooty, snobbish. I don't know why. And I feel like there's so much information about wine that we just, as a Black community, we don't know because it's not talked about. It's not, and most of us aren't about to go find and do research about wine. Like out of all the things we research about, we're not about to do that. We have more important things to do. So for me, because it's fun, hey, let's go learn about wine, drink it, enjoy it, and we can sit in Napa Valley with y'all others too. Okay? and to have fun, like, and that's one thing, like to really have fun. And last reason, because it gave me time to talk to my sister. Duh. Okay, for those who don't know. Okay. And she accepts me for who I am, so that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, there's that. That's there on the table. There is that. That is there. There is that.
No, like realistically, I don't think, like, I hope that you all can see that our relationship is this is literally our relationship. She has seen me at my worst. Like, ooh, girl, get your shit together. And she has cheered me through it all. She has been someone who will literally let me go through what you need to happen. Like, literally, this is her. Okay, go through it. Yes. Come on, bring it all out. What else you got? Okay. Are you finished? No. Okay, keep finished. Finish. No. Get it all out. Go through it. Yes. Get it. Go. And I go, okay, I'm done now. So now what are we going to do? And even if my answer in that moment is, I don't know, she goes, okay. So it's, yeah. And she understands my crazy working mind. So yes, this is actually, I'm sorry, just to ramble on because that's who I am. But that's why I started this podcast, to get back to the original question.
I am the person, guys, I am the friend to let you go all the way where you need to go and then be like, you're done? Oh, no, you weren't. Oh, that was a pause. Oh, that was the eye of the storm. So the tornado's still going. All right.
Yes.
We're done now. You're done. Okay. So what are we going to do? Well, I don't know. Okay, cool. Well, during your ranting, I came up with this list of 7 options.
Yeah.
You tell me which one makes the most sense or what you're willing to do.
Yeah. And in a way, if you guys aren't privy to having a friend like that, it can be frustrating, but it's also a sigh of relief, because sometimes in that storm, you don't know what to do. To have someone that's planted, that is, quote unquote, what age-wise up here, it goes, oh, okay. And I just, yeah, she helps me be a better sister.
Aw.
You get on my nerves.
I mean, honestly, guys, I don't hear a lot of sweet things about me. I do. Okay. If you knew me for more than 10 minutes, I understand. I understand. I do hear a lot of good.
She's not as y'all. She is a really good, kind person. And I might be more of a butthole. So to me, she may be kind and others not so. I don't know. But to me, she's sweet. I mean, we all got our other sides. But yeah, my sister is awesome. Thank you. Shit, anybody that talks to me, you got to be awesome. Because I'm not right, y'all. I'm trash. I'm trash. I'm good trash, though. Like, I recognize my trash.
Okay. And
first step.
Lord.
First step.
And cheers to that. All right, you want to give us your rating on your Asti?
Yes. So this is very bubbly. This reminds me of a sparkling Moscato. My ultimate rating is a 2.5. Because it's too sweet for me. Excuse me.
And apparently real bubbly.
And bubbly. It's too sweet for me. I can enjoy a sweet wine, but I do like a sweet dry wine. This is saying a dessert cupcake birthday to me. So, and that's my taste buds. My taste buds are weird anyway, y'all. I'm weird, okay? But to me, it's a little bit too sweet. It's not nasty. It is clean. The bubbles did make it enjoyable. Like, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It's just on my preference list, it's going to be a 2.5.
Okay.
And what about your one?
So the Moscato sweet, I actually really liked it. And I wasn't sure because Stella Rosa has had another sweet Moscato with some peach that we had last year that was too much.
Yeah.
This is what that is if you take the peach out.
Okay.
So it's bearable. Like it's a semi-sweet, it's a sweet, semi-sweet. So I really actually enjoyed this. I was like, okay, this is nice party, get together, girls time, having a fun, ladies dancing night, whatever out, that type of thing. That it's a good time, if you will. Like it's the wine for a good time for a fun event.
Have a wine for a good time.
Amen. So it's that I actually really liked it. I'm gonna give this one a 4.
Oh wow. See, ladies and gentlemen, the ratings can go either way. I actually am now. She gave that a 4. I'm actually excited and looking forward to the wine out at the end of the month to actually see what this Moscato tastes like. I do have my favorite Moscato that I do enjoy. So that's it. Now I am intrigued.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, and wonderful, wonderful winers, both new and old, we'd like to thank you for joining us for this first installment of A Little Something to Wine About with your hosts, I.A. Michelle and
Siobhan Camille.
Be sure to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and talk to us. Tell us, what are some of your goals that you have in 2021? What are your 2022? What are your reflections of 2021? And how are you going to change those? Let us know below. And as always,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.
Soda.